It's hardly worth even turning it back on for this one case, but then we got small claims. Well, we're back live. We lost our live stream for a few minutes. We had a lockup on the court's Polycom system. Had to shut it down and reboot it, and then we didn't turn the live stream back on. But we have one more landlord-tenant matter in just a few moments, and then we'll shut it off, and then we'll come back for small claims. Talking with Tina Emery from Keystone Place, regarding our next case. And the program they're eligible for is called the CARES program.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And how much are they eligible for?
I believe the program goes for up to 9 months of assistance.
All right, we'll hear them when they get here. It probably was nice to not. Do you appear in CAS also, or does somebody else cover that?
I do.
All right, so I'm sure Judge Renfro was busy over there, but we gave you a respite from some of our stuff here.
Yes.
What days? Because when we were meeting to set all this up, we wanted to make sure we weren't stepping on each other's toes because there was only so much of you and legal aid available. What days are landlord, tenant, and CAS?
Monday mornings.
Okay. So your Mondays are pretty busy.
Yes.
I said this when we were on the live feed about my friend from California who is struggling with the federal funding. I have a friend who's a landlord and has 120 or 50 housing units, and they're all full, and people are struggling, and he's applied for California's version of our funding source, but it's very cumbersome, and he's yet to receive any money from anything. So I went to praise you guys. As I mentioned, he watches our channel, and he said, your system actually works. You've got competent people doing what needs to be done.
Yes.
Government,
So is that because there's a lack of housing advocates?
I don't know the answer to that. California, as you know, the rents are extremely high. He lives in the high desert above Los Angeles, and that's where all his rental units are. And he has almost 100% occupancy, and the tenants have been pretty good about paying the rent, but just like everywhere else, people lost their jobs, and I don't know. There's some sort of breakdown in the administrative allocation of the funding. In fact, he said he can't even file a case. He goes to the courthouse and drops the cases in a box, and it takes several weeks just to get a case number. If you go to file a case, he dropped something off, let's say July 15th. They said, well, right now we're working on the filings from June 2nd. So things are not great in San Bernardino County, California, as far as landlord tenant cases go, but all I can do is take care of our problems best we can.
Yes.
Well, hopefully they're going to show up here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
How do you want to know some of this?
I have about 6 small claims matters starting at 3 o'clock. So when we finish, I'll take care of some other things between now and 3, and then you're off the hook. Friday is the first Friday of the month. Let's see how bad that looks. Didn't look too terrible. Where we have them in the afternoon. We're gonna be in rough shape. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rent-a-center cases starting at 1, and then landlord tenant starts at 1:15. We're not gonna do all those cases in 15 minutes. So it's gonna be really backed up.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be unpleasant, I think. I'm not sure how that happened, but we'll do the best we can.
That's going to be interesting.
Probably was my own fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already whizzing. This is our last. Oh, wait a minute. This Friday is the 30th. We not too bad. We're done by 10 on Friday morning.
With landlord tenant cases?
Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except for Friday morning. And that's the following Friday that's going to be very difficult. But that first Friday of the month is always a very busy time.
Yes.
Well, it's 1:58, and don't have anybody here. Maybe they assume it's settled. Can you tell me how, well, I'll wait and I'll call it, see if either party shows up. The other case, Ms. Jackowak, I'm sure I said it wrong again. She appeared. She wanted to make sure everything was square. And that's probably the wise thing to do, even though there's a dismissal pending, to show up and make sure that Everything is as you expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is 2:00. This is file 21949LT. It's entitled Henry Schwartz versus Kathleen O'Brien and any other occupants. We were here on June 25th, and it was determined at that time that the defendant was probably eligible for an alternative program, and they were going to provide funding. At that time, the arrearage through July was $2,065. So we continued the matter until today, which is 31 days later. And Bettina Emery is here now. Here's Kendra. Let's see who this is. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Me? Yes.
Yes. Which case are you here on?
So I'm so sorry. I'm here for Henry Schwartz. We actually just arrived up here at U of M in Ann Arbor. Henry got a call today for a kidney transplant after waiting for 7 or 8 years. And so we weren't sure if it was going to happen or not, but they are just getting him set to take him back for that surgery. I'm also an owner of the property. So he wanted to see if I could set in for him because he does want a judgment.
What's your name?
My name's Kendra Schwartz.
Okay. Bettina Emery is here with us from Keystone. And she indicates that Keystone is going to be willing to pay under a different program. The defendant is not here. They've approved up to 9 months of funding. What is the arrearage?
So it is, there was $1,600 plus $675 for July. So to bring her up to date to August 1st is $2,275.
All right, if we had another $675 for August.
Right. No, what? Right. Through August would be another $675.
29.50 through August. Court costs are $110 and $49.52, so $159.52. Here she is. If people would show up on time. $2,950. Well, I wish the best of luck to Henry.
Thank you.
That's a trying thing, but they've come a long way with that surgery.
They sure have.
My sister had it about 20 years ago, and it was fairly new. She had a lot of struggles. Is this Catherine O'Brien? Are you Catherine O'Brien? I can't hear you. All right, you're late. We started the proceeding on time, but you're here, and that's better than not coming. Bettina Emery is here with us from Keystone Place. She indicated that they have calculated that you're eligible for assistance under the CARES program. Kendra Schwartz is here on behalf of Henry. At an emergency circumstance, I'm going to allow her to appear. Through August, the claim is you owe $2,950 in rent and court costs of $159.52. it appears that Keystone is ready to provide funding to pay your rent, which makes the Schwartzes whole and gets your rent paid. But at this point, I'm going to do a judgment indicating that has to be paid by August 5th, or you're subject to being evicted. Let me add it up. 2950 plus 159 equals 3,109.52. Bettina thought the funding could be for as much as 9 months, so there may be additional money, but it's going to pay your rent at least, hopefully, through August. You've been in contact with Keystone and filled all the necessary paperwork?
So,
All right. Bettina, will they be able to cut that check by August 5th?
I would have to congregate with the other department to find out their payment schedule.
All right, well, hopefully they can. I won't sign a writ of eviction until I'm confirmed that that is in effect. But Ms. Schwartz, I've granted a judgment giving her 10 days to move or pay $3,109.52 under the representation that Keystone is going to be able to provide funding through the CARES program. As you know, you don't have to ask for the writ for 56 days. So hopefully there'll be enough time for this to clear and get her rent paid and get your rent paid. Everybody wins. All right, Ms. O'Brien, do you have any questions?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You stay in contact with Keystone, all right? And they need to cut this check to pay your landlord. Mr. Schwartz is preoccupied right now. He's got some serious health problems that their family should be concentrating on rather than this. So you're going to need to push the bus from your end. You stay in contact with Keystone and get that paid. All right. Do you have any questions? I guess I asked that. All right. Stay in contact with them and hopefully they'll pay this. John, what did we forget?
My case should be dismissed, but I don't have the dismissal. Memory Lanes versus Austin Smith.
It must be dismissed. They took it off my account.
Okay, we got the money from Keystone. I didn't have the dismissal, so I was just looking up to tell you that, Judge.
All right, I'll check on that. But Tina, okay. All right, Miss O'Brien, I'll let you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Judge, I think I'm good then. Thank you very much.
All right, that was why there was a gap here. All right, Ms. Schwartz, good luck to you and good luck to Henry.
Okay, thank you so much. So we have a judgment, but no writ. Is that correct?
You have a judgment, but no writ. You can't get the writ till after August 5th.
Got
And
it.
if she pays
Okay.
the rent, she gets to stay there. And so Keystone
Right.
has confirmed that she is eligible.
Right.
And
I'm just making
you
some
should be
notes
getting
here
paid shortly.
by August 5th. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, Bettina, thanks for your help. Apparently there was another successful case in there that was paid.
Yes.
I'll see you on Friday morning. And in the meantime, I guess we'll get ready for what's coming next. All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, so I've got to stop the live feed and get ready.